It's Thursday, August 17th, 2023. Let's talk about the news. From Bloomberg, Occidental to buy Canadian startup Carbon Engineering for $1.1 billion. Fossil fuel giant Occidental Petroleum has agreed to purchase Canadian direct air capture startup Carbon Engineering for about $1.1 billion in cash. The deal is expected to close before the end of the year if regulators allow it to proceed. Occidental has been partnering with Carbon Engineering for the past 4 years to build a direct air capture facility in West Texas, which is primed to become the largest of its kind in the world by 2025. Direct air capture is a method of removing CO2 from the atmosphere by sucking up air and filtering carbon dioxide from it, and this is currently an energy-intensive and expensive approach to carbon drawdown that has been popular with fossil fuel companies of late, in part because, if scaled up, it could allow these companies to continue operating as usual for longer, capturing some of the CO2 they emit rather than reducing or halting emissions. From Reuters, Libyan factions pause Tripoli battle with 27 dead. Fighting broke out between two armed factions in Tripoli, the capital of Libya, on Monday, marking the city's worst violence so far this year. The Special Deterrence Force and the 444 Brigade both backed the interim government of national unity during a would-be usurpation last year, and the city has seen relative calm since a ceasefire between regional factions in 2020. But political tensions remain and sporadic fighting has continued in other cities since then. These new clashes were sparked by the detainment of a 444 Brigade commander by the Special Deterrence Force, and the release of that commander seems to have calmed things a bit, though locals are still nervous, and there's concerns that this relatively minor outbreak of fighting could spiral into something bigger. And from the Associated Press, Russia's central bank makes huge interest rate hike to try to prop up falling ruble. Russia's central bank has hiked the country's key interest rate by 3.5 percentage points, up to 12%, as part of a larger effort to halt their currency's collapse in value. The ruble has lost about a third of its value so far in 2023, and though this doesn't indicate the Russian economy is seriously under threat, this type of currency value depletion can nudge things in that direction, so the government is keen to shore the ruble up before further damage is done. For context, it took the US Fed about a year to hike its interest rate by about 3.5 percentage points, up to its current 5.25% to 5.5% level. So this hike at this speed to this level of 12% is pretty significant economically and could have substantial knock-on effects beyond what the Russian central bank is aiming for. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts at understandery.com.